Dober done. Let's do this. Going on holiday with a group always makes you feel really grown up because you have to do a lot of organising, you have to pay money, and you have to all get together at the same time. But if you've got your passport, your bagage, and a group of amis, you're sailing.
It's a bit like that. It's a bit like that film that we're not allowed to talk about.
Actually, our hostel was really, really nice.
I think it's so nice. I really like it. Are you on the roof terrace? Wonderful.
And so were the neighbours. And it was perfectly situated so we could just stroll into town and amuse ourselves for our first day.
Don't put it down, hello. Don't put it down, really.
Yeah, but it is. There are people swimming in the sea by the sea again, so we're going to get lunch.
We were also right next to the sea, so there was a lot of this going on.
That was quite...
And at the end of the pier, there was this weird thing called a sea organ, which Katie can explain for us.
There's pipes and the wave action forces air out of the pipes, like hits the different pitches. In a certain section, none of these notes will clash horrifically. So we've got loads and loads of notes, like it always sounds nice.
And it really is magical, it sounds a bit like this.
It sounds like the sea is breathing.
The next day, Saturday, we convinced the people that we were grown up enough to hire 2 cars and drive 160 kilometres. We went to a place called Croatia National Park, which consists mostly of forests and paths and is absolutely stunning. Although it's not exactly perfect for filming. There's a bit too much noise and a bit too much sun and a bit too much water, but c'est la vie.
So a couple of my friends in Edinburgh have a waterfall in their flat because of a leaky ceiling. I'm guessing you can't swim in it.
So yeah, there was a lot more swimming done, and just a spot of this. Just wow. After all of that highly cultural stuff, we headed out into town. We danced. Some of us on podiums. Until 5 in the morning. So Sunday was a late start, but we still ended up going into Nin on another bus.
Black sand lemonades have mineral properties in them that make them really, really good for the skin, but apparently you can't put them over your heart or kidneys.
C'est super beau ça, tu les attrapes à l'épuisette. Wow, I just got it so tight.
This has been the perfect way to end this weekend. Beautiful skin, and we're all going home very, very happy.
But it wasn't the end yet. Once we got into town, we had enough time to watch one cheeky final sunset, and for one last dip in the ocean, of course. It seems like after 3 days of changing in front of people and sharing a room with 8 people, we've kind of got more comfortable with these kind of things. So it made events like this a little bit easier to deal with.
We've become a tourist attraction in our own way.
And at this moment, my camera ran out of battery, so I couldn't film the key moments of our last night. Having an Australian journalist cook us a barbecue, learning key phrases in Korean from a man whose country is going to force him into military service in the next 2 months, and the confusing mix of plans to take us to the airport. Before I forget, I had a one-word description of the holiday too, and it was this.
Driving!
Because on the way back from Kirka, one of the best moments of my life happened. It was this. Did you get that? Here it is again. That is what it looks like when you are driving down a clear motorway as the sun sets behind some mountains in the distance and Eye of the Tiger is playing on Croatian radio. Beautiful. As ever, thank you for coming. Next time we'll be back in France and back to speaking French. I'm sorry about this little Croatian break. But for now, the most important word, as ever, Shivdili!